Hello, and welcome to the lore of Braunhaven. Today we're going to be talking about two wards in the elven capital city of Drzewodolek, starting with the Chapel ward, and then we'll move on to the Miruvor ward. So, when during the reckoning, or shortly after the reckoning, uh, despite the fact that the god Janus, otherwise known as pretty much the king of the chapel, or the king of the chapel of the known gods, or the 11 known gods, or 12 known gods, 12. He had decreed a policy of non-interference, and despite this, uh, the god Octus, who is pretty much the god of the underworld, god of death, um, the shadow realm, he decided he was going to walk the earth anyways, or walk the known world anyways, because he had a fascination with the elves, and this fascination was based around the fact that they are essentially immortal, not truly immortal on the prime plane, but they have very long lives. And he, doing his research, he did discover that they were immortal in the Fey realm, and he wanted something of that nature for the Shadow Realm. And so he kind of walked the known earth and he courted the elves. And some of this courtship involved, for instance, he gave the elves um, the secrets to magic, uh, and and he also gifted them with gifts such as the armor of the Raven, which was given to to be in the line of kings. But that gift, the armor of the Raven, was a little bit of a trick because it is an intelligent armor. It holds a spark of Octus's uh, being, and it reports everything back to him about what the wearer is doing. This is common knowledge. Everybody who knows about the armor of the Raven knows about this, so I'm not giving away any secrets about that. And so that is how the new faith, and the rise of clerics came to the elves, much to the contention later, or in the current age, uh, of the druids and the old faith. And so you have these two religions that are butting heads against one another. And the chapel ward, so the chapel ward is where this really has centered. It used to be a part of the Venkian ward, which was their middle class area, but it split off shortly after the Church of the Known Gods was founded. And today, the church actually is the largest structure, or tallest structure, really, in all of Drzewodolek. It actually rivals that of the council palace. Uh, I mean, like, it towers over the council palace. One thing that can be sure of to be known, so the elves aren't paladins, but they are clerics. If you are a paladin or a cleric and you come to Drzewodolek, you can pretty much be guaranteed that you will have lodging and food and lodging anywhere in the Church of the Known Gods, or really in all of the chapel ward. Um, the sheer size of the church, because it has grown so large over time, is the biggest argument against the new faith by the more conservative wood elves. They point to the church as being a clear sign that the elves are trying to integrate with the more fruitful humans of the region. Um, but despite it, the church has become, the prominent religious institution for Drzewodolek, with, of course, the Old Faith, of course, being the close second. But in the city of Drzewodolek, everything goes through the church. They hold mass twice weekly, and both of them on the day of Sadis, midnight at status morning, and at midday in status afternoon is when chapel services are held. The Miruvor ward, or in the common tongue of Handeln, is the wine ward. And there are some of the finest vintners in all of the continent of Zandamar are located right here in the Miruvor ward, which would be over in this direction. Everything, wine, every kind of wine is made here, from whites to reds to sparkling, sweet wines. Everything is produced here. And there is a saying in Miruvor Enas Na Angal, which says, "In wine there is sorcery," and so having that as a age-old saying gives credence to why the Guild of Arcana Magistry is located in the Miruvor ward. Um, this is the well, I guess you could say Wizards Guild, but it is really magic users, illusionists, and I believe necromancers. Well, probably not necromancers. I don't think elves really deal with the whole necromancy thing, but definitely magic users and illusionists are going to want to pay attention to the Guild of Arcana Magistry. It is a rather large structure built with numerous libraries full of arcane spellbooks and scrolls, including theories on not just spells, but including theories on magic or the creation of spells. There is also a private academy on the grounds that admittance to the academy is by invite only, but it is some of the most rigorous magical trials that one can go through presently in all of Xandamar. And it is said that just prior to Tacidantilus building his tower at the Imperial Port, he actually went through the trials and studied at the Academy of the Guild of Arcana Magistry, and actually he succeeded and passed all of the tests. So, which is for a non-elf is pretty amazing. He's considered one of the preeminent magic users of the world, and is why he is known as an archmage compared to many others. So if you come in, if you're a magic user or illusionist, there is an expected fee that you will that you will need to pay when you come into Drzewodolek, and this is where you would go to pay that fee. And usually, if you present yourself openly and you pay the fee to operate or possess or cast magic in the city of Drzewodolek, then the Guild of Arcana Magistry will probably allow you to have access to their guild hall and their libraries. You will be under close scrutiny because you are not a member of the guild, but you will have access to that information without having to act like a thief in the night, sneaking in. The other major location in the Miruvor ward is the Savelle Winery, and the Savelle family has operated this winery for almost 600 years. And it is the wine from this winery that was chosen by the old kings of Drzewodolek to be served in the royal palace. And the quality of the wine is so high that it hasn't changed over the past 600 years. And if it has changed, it's only gotten better. And so this is now the wine that is the exclusive wine that is served in the council palace. The winery has a small inn and a tasting room. They serve high quality food in addition to the wine, so you can expect about a 50% increase over standard wines. If a pint of wine at a normal tavern or inn is going to cost you about 1 gold piece, you can expect to pay 1 gold piece 5 silver here. And that's for their bottom shelf. It can go up from there, especially for the well-aged wine. It is a considered to be a mark of social grace that if you are to serve Seville wine at your functions, so if you're throwing a ball or a gala of some kind, it would really be in your best interest to spend a little bit of extra money and serve the Seville wine. And there has been many a socialite that has um, fallen from the higher graces because of the fact that they served something less than Seville wine at their huge function. And everything in Drzewodolek, as far as the high elves are concerned, everything is all based around your social functions. They are very um, they have gained some of the worst traits from being around humans, and gossiping is one of those terrible traits, and they have taken it almost to a new level. And so everything is based around these social gatherings, and they will pick you apart. If you're not serving Seville wine, then, you know, they will talk behind your back, and you will lose points. So that is the Chab Award and the Miruvor Award. Next time, we will be talking about the Janura Award, which is mostly known for their farming communities. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.